Welcome to the Marianne North Gallery at Kew. This gallery celebrates the work of the intrepid Victorian artist Marianne North, whose adventurous spirit and passion for nature you can see when you enter the gallery. So Marianne North was born in 1830 into a well-connected and wealthy family, and she made it her mission to travel around the world and paint as many plants and places as she possibly could in incredible detail. So Marianne North tended to travel alone, and this was very unusual at the time. Her first long-haul journey, if you like, was to America. On other journeys, she travelled to India and the Seychelles and South Africa, and then on to Japan and Australia, and one of her last journeys was to Chile. Most people at that time were not able to travel around the world, and so Marianne North's painting offered a very rare window into the world of exotic plants. She expressed how she felt about nature in her paintings, and she very much wanted to share that with other people. So the Marianne North Gallery is a very rare and unique example of a Victorian style of hang. This so-called salon style, where each painting is very closely juxtaposed against its neighbouring pictures with no gaps in between, seems quite an overpowering way to display paintings to our eyes. In order to make some of the paintings fit, Marianne sometimes extended her works, so she would add an extra strip along the bottom or up the sides. So one of Marianne North's ideas about how to make visitors welcome to the gallery was to be able to offer them tea, coffee and a biscuit. And she put this idea to the director of the time, Sir Joseph Hooker, but he did not take her up on this idea. So Marianne North, always one to have the last word, decided that she would incorporate images of tea and coffee plants into some of the decorative motifs around the doorways in the gallery. So traditionally, botanical art illustrations present a portrait of a plant against a plain white background and painted in watercolour. But Marianne North's paintings were different. She used the new medium of oil, which allowed her paintings to become much more vibrantly coloured. And not only that, Marianne North included the background to her paintings, showing the environment that the plant was able to thrive in, pollinators that allowed the plant to reproduce, and some of the animals and birds. So the paintings are very rich in information and detail. Inevitably, throughout Marianne's travels, she discovered new plants to science. One of these was the Nepenthes northiana, which she discovered in Borneo. This was an undiscovered species of pitcher plant that was later named in her honour. When you enter the gallery, you will see that it is a truly unique space where you can experience the vibrancy and diversity of the natural world as Marianne North saw it.